Everybody, it's Jackie Bros.
Did you hear that sound?
Today's what? It's Wednesday, but nobody here till when?
I
Thursday?
opened a beer can on a podcast.
Why? Who gives a damn? You
David
don't
Axelrod don't do that.
Well,
Not during the podcast, maybe before or after.
maybe you should.
Get loose. You want to see David Axelrod get loose?
No, I don't. I don't care what it is.
Get a couple drinks, a couple shooters, and David Axelrod?
I'm sure he probably enjoys one every now and then, but
I'm sure he does.
he don't drink every day. He's a grown man and don't act like he's 16 still like you do. You drink.
Yeah, everybody thinks I'm
wait.
a lot younger than I am.
No, nobody think you
Kids in high
act
school
like
say,
that.
they tell me, I wish
No.
you was my friend in high school
No.
with me.
No, it's just pitiful, man. Your age still trying to drink like that.
I'm driving them around,
You can see it in your face, your skin.
and I play them my music, and they play me theirs, and they're like, your music's better. I'm like, I know it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I wish they tell me, some of the girls, them high school girls in the car with me, they say things like, hey,
Don't
I
have
bet
any
you-
high school girls in the car with you. You're going to wind up in jail,
I'm
which I
trying
guess
to
is where you belong. if
tell
that's what
them
you do.
how to give them advice on boys.
Just enough.
I'm saying, I tell them good, positive things. Don't let them take advantage of you. Stand up for yourself.
You're a good example for children. You are, because if they look at you and say, hell, when I get his age, I sure as hell ain't going to be acting like that. So I ask you to go, maybe it is, you should be around them so they can see what an adult is or what isn't an adult, I should say, and try to steer clear of that lifestyle. Well, we're doing one of these every day. In your time is Thursday, is Wednesday for us. News is, stupid. That's the best way to describe the news since Trump took office. It's just stupid every day. It's just like, look how stupid a day it was.
And there's so much of it, much stupid, that we thought we'll do a podcast every day this week because we missed the first week. And plus, we were it's exhausting.
I'm wore out from it. I ain't going to do it another week next week. I ain't going to,
And so this week, we said, well, we missed Trump's historic first week. Let's do not his historic second week.
Well, it's just as stupid and shaky and awful. Stupid, awful, scary for some.
Terrifying for others.
Absolutely. But overall, stupid. I may be privileged in order to say that, but it's just the dumbest damn thing I've ever seen in my life, certainly in this country's history. There's a good chance all of us could die in a minute, so just enjoy it while you can.
Subscribe on iTunes.
Hey, look at that. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes then. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from Dunlap's grandmother's basement in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Well, it's Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, this is Dunlap. I'm the leader of the Red State Update podcast. This is my assistant deputy,
I ain't nobody
Jackie Balls.
No, I talk just as much as you. Well, probably not as much, but...
And what you say is not as good.
Well, I don't know about that. I wouldn't say that.
It's lesser things that are said when it comes out of your mouth.
It's decent things. Words come out of your mouth I don't ever want to hear. I had enough of the language. I get sick of it. You just wish there's some way I could just tune you out.
Well, don't give a lot of people listening to this are listening on a podcast, and it's easy to tune this out. They can just turn it off.
And it's going to
You
change.
just reminded everybody how easy it was just to go click or switch or the gist is sponsored by MeUndies.
I don't know anything about all that, buttons on the computer. Don't know the first thing about it. I could hit them all of them. I wouldn't know the first thing. It's been another disgraceful week in American history.
Let me just say that Jackie Bro's longtime Republican, former conservative. No, you're still a conservative.
Well, yeah, I'm born and raised Republican. I've got conservative values. Yes, sir. Yes.
But you hate Trump, so I don't know what that makes you in today's America.
I don't know either. I guess I'm still
a hero to some, a traitor to many.
Well, whatever it is, I'd still consider myself a Republican. And it ain't like I'm the only Republican, first off, that don't like him.
No, there's Evan McMullin.
There's a lot of them that don't like him.
You and Evan McMullin and them hippies from MTSU all hanging out together.
Well, they don't like it. They like Bernie Sanders. I think Bernie Sanders, you have to be high to listen in to what he has got to say. And first off, it don't make any sense to me, and I ain't going to smoke any of that, take any of that to just to hear old man talk.
Have you ever thought that maybe if you expanded your mind a little bit, have you seen all them videos? Like, look at this really sick person take his first hit of pot. What if you took a hit of pot, Jackie, and then you were jumping up and down, all your aches and pains gone away, you were jumping up, clicking your heels.
Nope.
Down on the floor doing the worm.
It ain't worth it.
The centipede.
How am I going to enjoy all of being healthy again if I'm high? If I'm got drugs in me high, ain't nothing real no-how. So, you ain't putting any of that in me. Nope. The sick people need something. Doctor says they need something, so be it given to them. I guarantee you all those little hippies, Bernie Sanders, ain't a damn thing wrong with them, and they just going to smoke that stuff and stay high.
Well, you hanging out in parking lots with hippies, you talking to Evan McMullin on the phone every day, and you hate Trump. To me, that sounds like if you got to look at who you're in the car with. And if you're in the car with a bunch of hippies, Jackie, to me, that makes you a dirty, filthy hippie sympathizer.
Oh, shut up.
Maybe not a hippie.
I'd rather be, I'm going to say it right now, forgive me for saying it, I'd rather be a hippie sympathizer than a sympathizer to the Klan. That's who you in the car with. That's my choice. Get to smell stinky.
Hippies and Evan McMullin are the Klan and the Nazis.
No, I ain't going. Nazis would got rid of them in World War II. They'd get rid of all of them, evidently. They showed them what's what, and I guess they turn around telling us what's what. Makes me sick to my stomach. People, soldiers, dead in the ground, fought for freedom, and we got people like that sort of stuff, like Trump. Trump ain't necessary. He ain't necessary. He's too dumb to be a Nazi. Let's just say he don't know. But if you tell him Nazis like him, you know, well, I understand that part of it, but I don't agree with that. Well, let's talk about today. Speaking of the Klan and Trump, now he went and spoke. It's Black History Month, right?
Yep, February 1st, folks. Black History Month is officially underway.
Now I didn't know. What is that? We just look at great Americans, Black Americans, what they did in the history of America is all over the world.
Oh, thanks, Jackie. Thanks for getting on here and white-splaining what.
I don't know. I'm asking you what it is. I don't know.
Well, when you ask, it sounds a lot like telling. So
well,
maybe
I guess I'll never learn a damn thing then. Hell with
it's not my job to educate you.
I don't want to be educated by you anyway, because you ain't going to teach me anything.
That's true. I think we can all agree on that.
Well, if I was offensive by asking precisely how you're supposed to celebrate or do whatever on Black History Month, it's still not near as bad as what he said in there today.
No, you'd have to go. And listen, folks, Jackie is super offensive. He is one of the most offensive people I've ever met. Not just in what he says or how he thinks, but just in general demeanor, how he looks, how he smells. The entire package is super offensive.
All right, shut your mouth.
To all of your senses.
Just hush.
If you get offended by like just regular life, when Jackie Bros walks in the room, it's like daredevil senses. It's like, whoa, am I offended?
Daredevil.
And Jackie is nowhere near as offensive as the President of the United States, Mr. Donald H. Trump.
Yeah, I should hope not. The loudmouth, know-it-all Yankee.
Talking to and about African American.
Well, did he talk about some African American issues? To me, it sounded like he talked about the damn election again.
He needs something else to happen to him because so far all he has talked about is crowd sizes. He needs another outrage. He needs to be Something needs to get under his skin, because even he must be getting tired of talking about crowd sizes.
Yeah.
The guy thought, they thought I took the Martin Luther King bust down, but I didn't. I love that bust.
Yeah.
I like to picture him just wandering around the White House carrying that bust under his arm, asking it how he's doing. And Marty, how many illegals you think voted in that election? I don't know if he does a voice for it or not, but if he did, it would be offensive.
I'm sure it would. Yeah.
And who was at the table? It was Dr. Ben Carson, right. Omarosa.
Yeah.
Where was this? When did this happen?
I don't know. I don't even know what you're supposed to do outside of be respectful. But you're supposed to be respectful every day. But he's not able.
I don't even know if this is if he really gave a speech that really talked about African Americans' contributions to American society. That'd be offensive too.
Yeah, it would be. I'm going to say right now, on Holocaust Remembrance Day, that Jewish people, you should be grateful that it didn't bring you up, because it would have been like today, and they just give you something else to be mad about. It's just awful. Everything he does is something to be mad about.
We're not sure if he or Sean Spicer think that Frederick Douglass is alive or not. We don't think they know who Frederick Douglass is exactly. That's okay, because if you found out Donald Trump did know who Frederick Douglass was, that would be that would get too many. If Donald Trump stood up and gave basically like a second grade book report on Frederick Douglass, people would be like, wow, well, 2020, Trump too.
Yeah. That didn't happen, though.
No, it didn't happen. No. But I don't even know. Is this offensive? Because it's just what you expect. It's a little more offensive than like Michael Scott giving a Black History Month speech. I guess it's more offensive because it's the actual president of the United States in real life. Yeah,
it makes you want to, it's offensive if you don't, like you said, like when Holocaust Remembrance Day, he didn't bring up people of the Jewish faith. He didn't mention it.
That's an all lives matter thing. They wanted to make sure that we didn't leave out any of the other people that the Nazis killed.
Well,
but I think there's ways to bring them up and then also talk about
which one is. I would, if there's something that's important as these things are, why do you even want him talking about it at all? Of course, if he doesn't say anything, they say, well, of course he don't. But I think it's worse if he shows up and says something.
I think so too, Jake.
Whatever the situation is, I know it's got anything to do with race or holiday, whatever it is. If he shows up and he talks, something awful's going to happen.
We do not want Donald Trump. Like any commemoration, any celebration, any warship launch or national tragedy, we just keep Trump at the White House. Let him be watching TV. Let him tweet. But this isn't going to work. This is bad. This is not going to help. This is not going to help anything. The one thing he has done, though, is successfully maintained our low expectations of him, so that if he does ever happen to blunder into rising to the occasion, he really will get a pretty good sizable bump in the polls.
He does something worth a damn, yeah, but I just don't see it. So far, it's been 2 weeks in, and I hadn't seen nothing. Nope.
I mean, he's not even offensive enough to not care about black. It's like he could barely talk about anything other than himself for 20 seconds. Like him just not knowing Black history would be bad, or taking 30 seconds to get briefed before he walked out to talk about Black History Month. But just him not being able to talk about anything other than himself. That should be terrifying, honestly, because that's going to happen no matter what it is. Nuclear attack.
Yeah. If going away, is it going to DEFCON 4, Mr. President? Did you see those crowds?
All the way back to the...
At least I'll have that to always remember. Launch!
We spent 10 minutes talking about some bullshit. We all know he's a narcissist. He can't think about nothing but himself. He ruins everything.
Very much, yeah. Including, most importantly right now, the country. That's the thing that is ruining, that gets to me, because I love this country. I love what it stands for. And now, well, I don't know. Yeah. Damaged goods. And you're talking about how the rest of the world sees us. People say, I'm embarrassed and stuff. Well, I'm embarrassed for fellow Americans to see what's going on. But evidently he'd been on the phone. Something come out today. He's calling everybody up.
Well, too, it's coming out as we are recording this that he had phone calls with Mexico and Australia, which people knew, but I guess they went worse than we thought they did. He was talking to Australia. I guess he had some deal to take some refugees from Australia. He's saying he's just mean to the other leaders. Apparently not that mean to Putin.
Oh, no, that's different. That's it. That's a different situation than the rest of them. Yeah.
But to the Australian Prime Minister, he said, I don't want these people. He said, listen, you kangaroo fucking.
Hey.
I think I would have thought that he would get along really well with the Australian Prime Minister or whatever they got in Australia, because he looks like a lot of people that are in Strictly Ballroom.
All right.
He looks like somebody that's wandering the desert, got sunburnt, and like punched in the face by a wallaby.
Well, Trump does, yeah.
And then I guess he also talked to the president of Mexico.
Well, you know that ain't gonna go good.
And told Peña Nieto that you have a bunch of bad hombres down there. Let's say bad hombres. You aren't doing enough to stop them. I think your military is scared. Our military isn't.
Yeah.
So I might just send them down to take care of it. This is supposedly in a transcript of this phone call. Even in, let me just read some Washington Post to you. Even in conversations marred by hostile exchanges, Trump manages to work in references to his election accomplishments.
You don't say.
U.S. officials said that he used his calls with both Turnbull and Peña Nieto to mention his election win or the size of the crowd at his inauguration.
Good God Almighty. How long? There can't be 4 years of this. Something's got to happen. Something got to give. I don't know what's going to be. Probably my damn brain.
So he's on there saying, "You're going to pay for that wall or else." And he's on there saying, like, I'd rather you send a bunch of damn kangaroos over here than them refugees. Did you ever meet Crocodile Dundee? No? Well, I did.
Yeah.
They both probably met Crocodile Dundee. I'd say. They both probably have.
Well, you got something to talk about, yeah.
Yeah, why not lead with that? Did you ever meet Crocodile Dundee? I did too. He was a great guy.
Yeah.
Not like, keep your refugees, choke on them.
How come that never was a TV show, Crocodile Dundee?
They don't rule it out.
He's still living. I'd watch it. I like it, but that's so long ago, and then just nothing else.
How old is Paul Hogan?
Who?
How old is Paul Hogan?
Paul Hogan is 77.
Not too old.
77?
Paul Hogan.
That
Crocodile
ain't too
Dundee.
Old. That ain't too old.
Ain't too old for what?
How old is Indiana Jones
for a
in
nurse
Star
to come
Wars?
in and turn you on your stomach so you don't get bed sores? No, it ain't too old for that.
You took me to see that last Star Wars. Indiana Jones in Star Wars, same age, ain't he?
And what happened to him? He broke like 7 bones.
Oh, yeah.
So, we found out that today Donald Trump insulted and bullied one of our closest allies, Australia. And I think that dude's been defending Trump, too, about the refugees and the border stuff. I think he's a conservative.
Right.
I don't know that for sure. I half read a lot of stuff lately. Because to whole read something is more than I can bear.
I can't, yeah. I can't. We'll look at the TV.
So I think I half read that the Australian. I was probably jerking off to some porn.
Hey, watch your
and then
mouth.
I just accidentally turned to the Financial
Watch
Times.
your mouth. I don't want to hear it.
I'm not generally reading. I just don't think that the high school girls I hang out with are going to think it's cool that I know something about the Australian Prime Minister, which also might be wrong. And I don't know which they think was cooler. I guess they'd think it was cooler. It's like, that was funny when you thought the Australian Prime Minister was for tighter border control. I'm like, I know it. And listen, you can be anything you want to be. Don't let them boys use you up and spit you out.
What?
So he insulted one of our closest allies, Australia. Usually goes along to get along. Mexico, which he's been having some problems with. This is not going to be good for Peña Nieto back home because they all want him to just punch Trump in the face.
Yeah.
Which I kind of want to. And all African Americans.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to hear what Frederick Douglass has to say about this.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be on Tavis Smiley.
Well, he's offended. He's mad. I know that much for sure, yeah.
Folks, what else happened? Boy, 20 minutes in. And we've covered a lot. Australia, Mexico, Black History Month.
Yeah. Calling up people and getting mad and then offending.
They put Iran on notice, too.
Iran got put on notice. Saw that, which is not quite sure what that means. Precisely, do it?
I mean, okay, imagine, what if I come in and I'm former General Flynn? Are you a former general or are you always a general?
I think you always get to keep a name, yeah.
So I come in, General Dunlap. And I'm like, Jackie Bros, you're on notice.
Well,
what would you do? You'd be scared?
I don't know. Should I be? I don't know.
Which way would it be coming? You think you're going to get it straight up the economy with some sanctions?
I don't know. I don't know what it means. Notice that some people like getting noticed.
Or am I going to slap you in the mouth with some military action?
Let me tell you first off, if somebody's shooting a missile and everybody can see them do it, then that they want to be noticed. That's what they want. I guess they noticed them.
Yep, they all notice.
Yeah.
Burn notice.
Yep.
So I saw General Flynn come out in a suit and said Iran's on notice. Sean Spicer got to introduce General Flynn. These press conferences are pretty good.
I can't sit through them, but I hear things, yeah.
They don't really seem like real press conferences. They seem like a Christian made-for-TV movie version of a presidential press conference.
Yeah.
Like they got the song leader to play the press secretary. And their costume designer didn't have enough jackets in the right size.
Yeah,
the whole thing seems a little off, like a Christian made-for-TV movie.
But the one thing that don't fit in that is Trump. He don't fit anywhere in anything that's Christian, except for votes. Other than that, what does it? Where you gonna put him in a Christian movie? Except for the bad guy, I guess it got to be the bad guy.
He could be the bad guy.
He'd be the bad guy. Yeah, there's always someone bad going to hell. Sometimes in those movies, a bad guy, gets a change of heart and gets to acting right. I don't know if he'd be able to pull that.
If you had a character like Donald Trump in a Christian movie and people were going to they were busing them after Sunday school to the multiplex to see this Christian movie, and it featured Donald Trump acting as he does now as president, people would say that was unbelievable. Well, it was unbelievable in this Christian entertainment. Yep, I want my money back.
Yeah, that didn't seem right.
That money's partly God's. I don't care. The general can't have that job. Generals don't get to. Nah, it's okay. Nobody's gonna know. Kevin Sorbo, okay, in that movie where, like, college hates God, is Hercules, is he a good college professor or a bad college professor?
I don't know.
Is he saying God is dead or God ain't dead?
God's not dead, too.
Well, which side is Hercules on?
I don't know. That's Fred Thompson's last movie. God's not dead, too. Good Lord. I'm so glad Fred Thompson went up and saw the Lord, because if he was alive, he wouldn't be able to.
What would he be saying, do you think? Jerk a knot in his tail.
Yeah. Somebody, he better, you're president now, get to work and start, act right. You old enough to know better than that. Do your damn job. If you're going to be president. Now, he won the president. Ain't no doubt about that. He won. But he ain't never going to do the job like it's supposed to be done.
Fred Thompson would be his own press secretary.
Oh, he wouldn't turn up an opportunity to get out there and talk. He got that voice. Everybody want to hear that, yeah.
He'd come shambling out there, rolling up his sleeves. All right, let's get this show on the road.
That hurts my heart. Don't talk that up. Just something I wish I could have seen. I wish I'd lived long enough to live in a world where Fred Thompson was president. Then you'd see how the job was done.
Now, he might do some tough talking to Mexico or Australia. But he ain't going to do it like a damn idiot. Like, if you're going to talk tough to somebody, you got to be tough. You can't have little scrawny arms and a big orange stomach. It look like a melting cheesecake. Is that good?
I don't
melting
know.
Cheesecake?
Something. It don't look good. Don't like nothing. Yeah.
I've run out of things to say he looks
Everybody
like.
says always orange. It look orange or something. His face does.
Just gross.
Yeah.
People say he's charismatic. Oh, well, he charismatic. I don't see it. It's hard to look at him to me. It's hard to stomach. It ain't nothing about, like, his policies. Fred Thompson come out. I watch him.
Oh, I love Fred Thompson. Hearing that voice, hearing him talk, Trump ain't even got a good voice. It's the worst voice you could ever hear. I feel sorry for everybody that had to talk to him on the phone all day.
Ted Cruz more charismatic than Donald Trump.
I'd listen to him talk before, he makes sentences, and by the time we get to the period at the end, it makes sense. I know what he said.
And he's basically like a bowl of milk with a asshole mouth.
Hey.
Is that good?
A bowl of milk with
like a big
butthole mouth? What?
Yeah.
That don't even make any sense.
Well, like a butthole for a mouth with some big fleshy lips. On
I don't
bowl
wanna,
of milk.
I don't want.
No?
Don't want to think about him. I don't want to think about whatever that is.
What if you got a flesh-colored balloon and you filled it full of thickening gravy? I think that's what we said Karl Rove was once. Remember them good old days, Karl Rove?
What I'd give to be dealing with Karl Rove again. Good Lord. Miss that man? Well, you don't have to, you can turn on Fox. He's on there.
Yeah, he's on there.
But yeah, but not, He mad at Steve Bannon, I tell you what. I tell you that nobody more mad at Steve Bannon than Karl Rove when they said Bush wouldn't even let Karl Rove go to those meetings. And Karl Rove has more reasons to be in there than Steve Bannon. I mean, yeah, Steve Bannon took it over. What is it? National security.
Here's the difference, too. If Karl Rove come into George W. Bush meetings, it's because George W. Bush is the kind of man, he tries to include everybody. Where you going, George? I going to this meeting. Come on in. Well, I wasn't invited. I won't care. Come on in. Grab a six-pack of beer. Let's go.
You can come to this one.
He wants everybody. He's asking, like, what do you do? People come in. I'm sorry, sir. Can I bring in the catering? Yeah, come on in. That's George W. Bush. Trump keeps people out.
Yep.
That's his whole. That's everything he's ever done.
Yep.
That's what he run for president on.
That's what he did on TV. Get out of the room.
That's his life.
He wants to get Mexicans out.
He wants to get in, but keep everybody else out.
Yep.
I just fucking cracked the code.
Hey.
I might as well be a damn psychiatrist. I just Did you hear what I said?
I heard what you said.
His whole life,
cuss with
he
it.
wants to get in and keep everybody else out.
Yep. Once he gets in there, rest of you gone.
Man, somebody booked me on MSNBC right now because I just said the fucking smartest shit.
Hey.
Did you hear it?
They're not going to let you come on nothing at the mouth like that.
Donald Trump. I'm sorry. What show would I be on?
I don't know what shows are even on anymore. I can't look at any of them.
Does Bristol Palin have a show?
Probably, yeah.
Bristol? Here's the thing about Donald Trump. He wants to get in his whole life. Meanwhile, he's keeping everybody else out. No, I'm single. Why do you ask?
What?
Intelligence. It is a sexy thing on a man.
All right,
a young man
up.
such as myself. But listen, Bristol, let me give you some advice. Don't let them boys walk all over you. You can be anything you want to be. Don't let them chew you up and spit you out.
She's just what she wants to be.
Go to college or don't.
Why would you go to college if you got a good TV show, interview and show on? Yeah, and I know it's because your mama's Sarah Palin and you got all them children. You got everything you need.
Steve Bannon made a movie about Sarah Palin.
Made a movie about her?
Yep, documentary.
Oh, they made like a Channel 8 show.
Yeah.
Yeah. About Sarah Palin?
Uh-huh.
It good to her, I'm guessing, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, good. Where is she in all this? If Sarah Palin knows it's toxic, you shouldn't get near it, then
that's how you survive in Alaska.
Yeah.
Speaking of toxic and you shouldn't get near it, today the Republicans suspended committee rules advancing their EPA. Who all was it? Mnuchin? Is it Mnuchin or Mnuchin? Or Mnuchin?
I don't know how you say it, either one. No.
Price. Rules don't really matter in Washington.
Nope.
You'd think the Senate's got all these rules, but apparently they can just suspend them, come up with new ones.
Well, they in control.
Nuke 'em?
They in control.
I guess that's what you do.
They got the. And I see now some of these Republicans they're gonna do what they want to do. They looking at Trump and just looking past this behavior. Of course, I don't know how they managed to do that. He ran for president for a damn year. I mean, nothing's changed. But they're trying not to pay attention. Like, just hang on a couple more weeks. Let me get this and let me get that through.
What do you think Supreme Court Democrats going to do about Supreme Court dude, Neil Gorsuch?
They don't know the first thing to do about any of this stuff. They arguing with themselves. You know, that's the thing. That's what's always wrong with liberals and Democrats. They think too much. They sit around talking. They don't do things. They sit around, let's figure this out. I'm going to figure that. Now I got to look at this side of it. Now I got to think about that. And meanwhile, while they're doing that, Trump's doing whatever the hell he wants to.
So if the Democrats don't stand up to Neil Gorsuch and say, whatever happened to Merrick Garland, which would be a good mystery.
Yeah.
And then you call, those are both good names for a book. If I was reading a book and the characters were named Merrick Garland and Neil Gorsuch, I'd be like, this is a good book.
Yeah, make good book, bad history.
You can't have a good book without good names.
Yeah.
Like if everybody in the book's name is like Clay Rogers, I'd be like, fuck this book.
Hey, watch your mouth.
But then around the corner came Merrick Garland. He was carrying a bouquet of flowers in one hand and a smoking pistol in the other. I'd be like, shit, turn this page. I got a boner for more reading. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, so if the Democrats, if they don't say, fuck you, we wanted Merrick Garland. You screwed Obama in the asshole.
Just
literally, I think those exact words, all your hippie, liberal, dirtbag left friends from the college, Jackie, they're going to show up at town halls and tea party these sons of bitches.
They going to do, that's what hippies do.
And if they do that, then the Republicans are going to nuclear option them because Trump said to nuclear option them, or he said to nuke them. He may have meant to actually nuke them.
Yeah, hard to tell with him, yeah. Now, the nuclear thing, that means you can't filibuster no more. You can't filibuster them.
So that's off the table, and they put him in anyway. Roll right over him.
Well, even if they fought this one, who's he going to pick next? I mean, it's just, they can't do this for 4 years. Of course, I don't think Trump can stay in office for 4 damn years, but they still, if Pence gets in there, he'll do what he needs to do. They lost. That's it.
I'm just afraid if they say no on Neil Gorsuch and they manage to derail him, next it's going to be Supreme Court Justice Scott Baio.
Yeah. Wouldn't put past him. He got a sister, right? He wants to put her on there too, right?
Scott Baio?
No, not Scott Baio. Trump's sister.
Oh.
Trump got a sister, something.
Well, supposedly the second place runner-up in the Trump Judge show was on the court with the Trump sister. I don't know about Scott Baio's sister, but she's probably hot. I mean,
I don't know.
He's a good-looking guy.
On the TV, his sister was, Joni?
No, they were lovers.
They were what?
They kissed.
One of them was, I can't remember. I thought they brother sister. Fonzie was a daddy's.
Now, Richie and Joni were brother and sister.
Oh, that's different. And then Fonzie adopted a little baby Chachi who grew up fixing cars.
So also today, a lot happened today. They said they weren't sending people to CNN anymore. The Trump administration said, why would we send people to somewhere that's not promoting our agenda? And then...
Fake news is what they said.
And then
news.
Trump's like, I don't want... He said that at Black History Month. You know what? Actually, I'm going to change my mind on this. I hope Trump every day comes out and gives a little speech about Black History Month because I think it's a real window into his world. I think we'd learn a lot about him in 28 days.
Ah.
And by the end of that 28 days, he might have actually, I can see him, if he came out and he had like a ages 3 to 7 book on Harriet Tubman, and he read like a page a day, and then now it's time for my grievances, and he talked about everything that's getting on his nerves or what they said about him on Morning Joe, which one day it'd be like, that Morning Joe is great, and then the next day it'd be like, Joe, failing Joe. It'd be like Twitter, except I'm surprised that he has not set up a camera to give him 30 minutes of unfiltered Facebook Live. That's coming. You know it's going to be coming. He did it for the Trump Judge show. Facebook Live, he's going to be doing it every day for 30. Let me tell you something. If he gains, if the economy improves short term before, world disaster, and people and his approval ratings go up, I will guarantee you 24/7 Facebook Live. Damn Facebook man can't do anything to stop it. He'll just take over Facebook and he'll put a camera on him and we'll be forced to watch it. We'll have to have a window on our computer open at all times. Internet in the car, Internet of Things. It's going to be on the refrigerator. We're going to be watching Donald Trump just talking about what pissed him off. We're going to be watching Donald Trump, watching Fox News so he can see what he's mad about to get back on Facebook Live and tell us what it was that he saw as we were watching.
Hell, it's almost already that now.
No wonder we're so tired.
We're 2 steps away from that.
So supposedly he wasn't letting people on. They weren't letting people go on CNN. But then right before we did this, me and Jackie watched a little clip of Jake Tapper, and he was talking to this dude, Sebastian Gorka.
He one of them Breitbart
I guess if you want, in today's world, in today's Washington, if you want a career in conservative politics, you need to go get a job at Breitbart first. Because Sebastian Gorka came up through Breitbart. He is a British man with a weird goatee. If you watch him, he looks and sounds like he's in disguise.
That's what I was going to say. He looked like he don't want anybody to know who he is. Yeah, like put on a fake accent.
If you think Steve Bannon is insufferable and Islamophobic, give him a British accent and see how much more insufferable and as Islamophobic he gets.
Well, CNN, that's what you get. Hey, that's his way to punish CNN. I'm telling you right there. Like CNN mad. Nobody from the administration is coming over here. How long, Trump, how long can we keep this up? And he sees him in the corner. Hell, send him over there.
Yeah, send Tapper Gorka. They're cruel. Cruel. He said he believes in torture. When are we going to start taking him at his word?
If you want to make people quit watching Jack Tapper, he wants ratings to go down, put that Gorka fella on there. I guarantee you, ain't nobody going to be watching Tapper after 2 or 3 weeks of him talking to that guy.
There are a lot of assholes in the Trump orbit, but I've got to say, this Gorka guy may be like the one of the biggest assholes. And this is based on 15 seconds of watching him and looking up that he wrote a book called Defeating Jihad, the Winnable War. And he, in an administration full of Major Winchesters, he is the Major Winchesteriest.
Old mash, yeah.
Who was before David Ogden Stiers?
As Frank Burns.
Frank Burns. It's basically all Burnses and Winchesters. And you don't know which. Are you a Burns or a Winchester? What's Ranch Priebus? Is he a Burns or a Winchester?
I'm going to say he's almost a little bit of both, but I say he's a little bit more Burns than Winchester, yeah.
I guess Winchester are the insufferable wannabe intellectuals.
Yeah, think it's smarter than everybody
the
else.
Bannons and the Gorkas. They're probably worse because Winchester had a good heart.
After a while, at first it didn't. Everybody, by the time MASH went off TV, all of them just sitting around crying all the time. That's all that was happening. It used to be funny,
That's basically the Trump administration, too. That's us.
Yeah.
It was funny at first. Now we're all sitting around crying.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think everybody killed a baby.
Yeah.
But was it a chicken or was it a baby?
I still don't know, and I've seen that thing 2 or 3 times, and I can't figure it out. Either way, the Hawkeye just tore his heart out. The war's over. Be happy. Nope. There's either a dead chicken or a baby somewhere on the bus over there.
Yep, and that's where we're at.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, a lot of Major Winchesters with the heart of a Frank Burns, and then a lot of Frank Burnses. Whew.
I like Radar, Klinger.
Klinger. They need more Klingers. More Klingers, less Frank Burns.
Klinger, I don't like him because the only reason I'm saying this because he's in Cannonball Run, plays an Arab. But if you have like an Arab man that dresses up in woman's clothes, that's the worst thing everybody on Trump. That's a double threat. People on,
That's like something piss off Trump and ISIS.
Klinger did a lot of damage. Yeah,
Put Klinger on the damn Supreme Court.
He's still alive. I like him. I always did. He's still alive, isn't he?
How old? Wait, hold on. How old is Jamie Farr? How old is Jamie Farr? Damn it. How old is Jamie Farr?
Jamie Farr is 82.
Oh, he's up there. Well,
too old.
Him and I'm telling you get a TV show, put him and Crocodile Dundee on it.
Well,
I don't care.
That would be good. That would be good.
I don't care how old they are. They still be good, yeah. I'd watch it.
Can we do one of them White House petitions? Like if Trump put that in production, I'd forgive him a lot.
It give me something to distract me while the world blows up. Yeah,
what would they do? Solve crimes or just hang out?
That's usually when you get up in age. That's what you get a show where that you're either a lawyer, which still has to do, crimes, or you solving, you a detective lawyer, or you write books, something like that.
A doctor lawyer, or did you say doctor lawyer already?
They'd be a doctor, yeah. Sometimes you'd be a doctor, yeah.
I did. Mannix died. Old Mannix.
I saw that. I used to love years ago. Watch Mannix, yeah.
Mannix. I read a thing where Mannix teamed up with Dick Van Dyke Show when Dick Van Dyke was Dr. Murder.
Hey, he come on he didn't come on all the time. Just come on once every 2 weeks, once a month or something like that.
You're not gonna tie Dick Van Dyke down.
No. I'll come. That's what Columbo did. It makes you appreciate it more too, because if it's on every week you get wore out from it. But
how many mysteries can an old person solve, really?
Yeah. But it was 2 hours long, though, see? It wasn't just as long as it's 2 hours long. So you're getting two shows in one.
But just one case. Like, if I were 80 years old and an actual detective.
It might take you a little longer to solve it.
Honestly, I just want to do one every 6 months or so.
Yeah. That's how I enjoy those, I like all. And that Columbo did that. He used to be on every night, and when he got older, he just once a month or something. But you put Crocodile Dundee, and do like what's Law and Order. One of them's a police and one of them's a lawyer.
Oh, that's good. Like the first half is Klinger and the second half is Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just do something like that, get both on there, yeah.
All right, let's just see. So what else did we not talk about? Now we're just gonna burn through it. Burn through it, Jackie. Just real fast.
What else did we miss?
Let's see what else did we miss, because we're doing these daily podcasts so that we can talk about all the news. And let's just see phone calls with Australia, Mexico. What about Betsy DeVos?
That's education, right?
She's going down, right? It looks like she's either going to go down or she's going to barely squeak it out.
It's going to be some Republicans that get that's the egg that don't want on the face.
I started to make a sexual comment.
What?
And I stopped myself because that is not cool. And girls, if you're listening, don't let somebody like me belittle you, even if you are a billionaire lady who has no business guiding the futures of our children and has no idea what education in this country is actually about, other than you're against it and think that children learn better in your own rec room. Like today we spent half an hour making salads and sandwiches, and I think we really taught them.
Now, explain me this. Just explain me this. I just want now Republicans going against her because of what you're saying right there. She ain't fit.
Plagiarism.
She's not fit. Yes, she supposedly did. I saw some of that too. That plagiarism did. I read about that because there's so many other.
That seemed a little.
It seemed a bit far-fetched. It's just kind of basic things somebody'd say. I can't remember what it was, but it just, that's
anybody who has to vamp for 5 minutes about education is going to say safe, healthy, learning, and living large.
Yeah, that's going to come out either way.
But I don't want to normalize it.
Now, you got Republicans who are saying this woman is not fit to run the education. But Trump is the president. I don't where does fit and unfit where's the guidelines to that? Because I don't understand it. We support our president, but to me it seems like everything's gone down about 20 notches, so it don't matter.
They're running the show, but there's no real quality control.
There you
go. So we're like, why isn't Lamar Alexander mad at Betsy DeVos?
Oh, he's supposed to love education and everything. Yeah, he's supposed to love it.
Remember he walked around Tennessee wearing that plaid shirt?
I remember him. Yeah, he did a few things I like. That was one of them. I think he did some good stuff education-wise here in the state of Tennessee.
Now he's just a nerd in a suit.
It's all out the window now.
I never see him in a plaid shirt. Maybe if he put that plaid shirt on, he'd look at this billionaire woman and go like, what? But is there something weird? I don't want to white knight this situation, but when I saw the one hearing that they said, she blew it. She really, they fucked that up, was Betsy DeVos, right?
Watch your mouth.
Like the woman. Like it just seems like people were really enjoying giving it to her. I'm not saying she should be anywhere near. She should probably have sex offender status when it comes to children. Not that she's going to do anything sex offendery to them, but I just don't know if her ideas might pollute their little brains.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm being too hard on her. But it just seemed that people were really enjoying going after her when where was that glee in going after Jeff Sessions? Like, if you hate her...
Well, it's going after the damn president. That woman said, what everybody's making fun of because she said, bears, something in school or whatever like that. What did he say today? He said about 4 things that was that dumb today. He went to the Black History thing, and that's okay. That's fine. He can do that, but this woman...
I don't want to defend this woman, and I don't want to virtue signal about how sexist the world is. We're just saying, and believe me, I think children would be better off being driven in a school bus over a bridge than with her as the Secretary of Education. All we're saying is people really enjoyed giving it to this poor old brittle woman who has $1 billion more than they should have that shriveled, apple-headed Jeff Sessions, who I guess works for the Klan. I mean, you could make a case.
People said so, yeah.
Or Steve Bannon on the national security. Just Steve Bannon and Donald Trump. When tensions flare up in the world, when there's hot nukes on the move in Pakistan, it's Steve Bannon and Donald Trump deciding what to do about it. Steve Bannon, who basically is the guy who just likes to wear an elbow patch jacket and stand in the corner at a party, smirking at everybody, asking minorities how they got their jobs, and then going out on the patio to smoke. Nobody likes him. Like, who is that? Who brought him? He's the one in charge of the world right now, basically. But we're really mad at the bear woman.
Yeah.
Who will ruin the children? I'm just saying, I think if we could get her, we could do a lot of damage to these other sons of bitches, too.
Yeah.
I just wonder if I'll just leave it at that.
No, it makes any sense to me.
Okay, we're just going to burn through these.
All right.
Tillerson got confirmed.
Well, that's oil. Him, Russia, his buddy Russia,
Yep.
Trump. They're going to go over there and get all
that oil.
Yeah, that's
going on.
Moving, just like I said, planned it to. Yeah.
Iran's on notice. It probably has something to do with the oil.
Sure.
I would say.
Why, sure it does, yeah.
I don't want to sound like a damn conspiracy theorist.
How's it conspiracy? Tell me, Tillerson knows Russia, friends with them, Exxon. Trump has said out loud, we need to go get the damn oil, and Putin couldn't get Afghanistan. They want to join forces to get it. There ain't no conspiracy to that. That's just common sense. That's just common sense. He said it out loud.
It doesn't make any sense that Trump supporters are online looking for dungeons at the pizza parlor. And the guy they're voting for basically just told them everything they were going to do.
Yep.
To fuck the world over.
Well, watch your language about it, though.
Donald Trump was going to go to Milwaukee Harley Davidson plant, but they're worried about the protests. What's he going to do at that? Was he going to get on a motorcycle?
If he's worried about protests, he can't go anywhere. Because it don't matter where he goes. Harley Davidson sit on a motorcycle, wherever he goes. I can't go because of the protest. Wherever that man goes is going to be a protest from here on out. As long as he's president, that's maybe even after.
If he makes it through this entire term, the last 2 years are going to be Facebook Live of him from his penthouse in bed, wearing silk pajamas, looking like Richie Rich's dad.
Yeah.
Like a green velvet covers. And he'll be telling everybody what's happening. And that's how we'll see him.
Very much, yeah.
And if they want him to see a motorcycle, they're going to wheel it into the bedroom. And he'll make Gorka rev it up. I think that's probably all the news. I mean,
that's enough.
Beyonce's going to have twins.
Yeah, I bet she's regretting having them now. She got enough money, even if DeVos wins. Beyonce's a singer, right? She's a singer. Yeah. She got enough money to put those children through good school, whether DeVos gets in or not. So she's all right, but she not necessarily protected from. I'm sure. Who's her boyfriend, husband?
Jay-Z.
Now he's a rapper. He got lots of money. They got a bunker somewhere. I guarantee you, they got a bunker somewhere in case.
I feel like there's a Democrat bunker and a Republican bunker, and then there's going to be a nuclear war. We're all going to be dead. They're going to climb out, and it's going to be the same old bullshit starting up again.
Start over again, yeah. Well, I got a good sponsor today. Let me go ahead and do my sponsor before I run out of time here. If you've been listening this week, we've been coming every day this week, trying to follow all the craziness. So he's been my sponsor all week, and intend for him to be tomorrow as well. And my good friend Bert Perkins built his store on his own, small business owner. I'm proud of him, and you should be too. You should go down there and try to support him. We got a great business. It's called As Good as a Chair. And he's got everything in there. You could sit on it. Sure, you go someplace too. If you want a chair, go to those places. But if you say, I don't want a chair, but I want something as good as one, you're gonna find it here. There'll be, turnover bucket, barrels in there, tire. There's boxes in there that used to have chairs in them.
Stumps,
yeah. I think he does have a stump or two in there. Yeah. There's a box fan, at the appropriate size. Milk crates in there. You name it, he's got it.
Taxidermied hog.
Taxidermied hog?
Yeah, does he have a taxidermied hog?
I don't know about that. He might. I don't think so.
I mean, that'd be funny
you
to
said
sit
it
on.
like you knew that there was one there.
No, it just popped in my head.
Well, he may not have a taxidermied hog, but I tell you what it does have. Just starting up with something little new, a little section of the store in the back, as good as a chair, that's what you want to go there for. But while you're there, go on to the back, and you're going to see a little section of the store. It's something new, something original, just to add on, just to keep moving ahead and just thinking ahead. What does the consumer need? Bert Perkins is going to do it. So you go there for As Good as a Chair. Go there at the back, and you're going to walk right into, you'll see it right there, same as an ashtray. Just a few different products back there, same as an ashtray, things you can add. And you could smoke there, too. That's the one thing. Now, I don't smoke anymore.
You can smoke inside?
You can smoke in that section. That's like smoke second called, same as an ashtray. And while you're in there, you can, I guess, take things on a trial run, so to speak, and ash in it and see what you think, it's same as an ashtray, lots of stuff in there you can ash in.
Well, what they got in there you can ash in?
A cup, coffee mug, plate.
Yeah.
Like plastic cup with a paper towel wet, shoved in the bottom, tinfoil rolled up.
Mm-hmm. Flower pot?
Flower pot, yeah, there's flower pot on there too, but everything same as the ashtray in there, ash on it.
Beer cans, I guess, of course, beer cans.
Empty beer can, probably a little water poured in the bottom or something like that. Yeah. But, same as the ashtray. Go.
Wait, some of them, like, a lot of the stuff from As Good as a Chair could be in there, like buckets.
Well, if you turn it up the other way, there are some products that could be in either part of the store. You're right about that. That's who's thinking ahead now? That's Bert Perkins. That's. I wish I had the initiative and the smarts like that to have all I knew to do was have a market and sell things, which I don't have been taken from him. I don't work there anymore. But anyway,
Jackie used to own his own store. It's called Jackie's Market.
Well, don't have it anymore.
Then he sold his store to some Nashville
lawyers. It looked like a good deal at the time. I thought I was.
And then he had a lot of money, but then he became mayor of Murfreesboro and gave all that money away to businesses to keep them here. Instead of going to Smyrna Laverne area. Well, now he works for his longtime rival Jockey.
Well, I work at cash register. Got to have a job somewhere, and and I'd get done here and run back over there before it gets too late. I told him I'd close it up tonight, so I got to go back down there. And if I ain't there on time, he'll just cuss me up and down. And he's just an awful human being. And I got to have a job. He was kind enough to give it to me, so I'll take it.
So what did you think about going to Jickey's?
I don't know. You're lucky in this. Right now, you're lucky to have a job anywhere, so I don't want to risk it. And I just watch your tongue. I got to put food on the table to take care of my wife. She's home. She had a stroke. She stroke. She can still talk. It sounds like baby talk when she talks, but she can talk. And I got to take her. I got to have a job. Got to get, got to go somewhere to do something.
What about a plastic jack-o'-lantern like you'd use to trick-or-treat with?
You might have that there, yeah. It's same as an ashtray, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the story, yeah.
I didn't know, yeah, if you talking about Jockey or Bert.
Oh, well, does Jockey have some?
I think he put stuff out on Halloween, yeah. He always made a big deal of that. I thought that was so stupid. Now, Christmas, you put a little something like a snow in the window and put a Santa Claus on there. But Halloween, that's just, to me, you walk into a store, you go in the jockeys, and on Halloween time, they have that scare sounds turned up. I'm trying to shop.
Jockey loves Halloween.
He got people dressed up, makes everybody in there dress up like a mummy. Like, what? Tonight's Halloween, right? So all I'm going to see all damn night, people dressed up, everything else. It's a daytime. I just come in to get a cold beer and maybe a chicken biscuit or whatever. You know, just he don't have chicken biscuit. He got deli things like that. That's what you call Rubens and whatever, pastrami's. That's what he's got there. Pickles.
You sound a little anti-Semitic. If you
it ain't got nothing to do. Just not what I eat. I ain't tying nothing. It's like a deli is what it is. He sells that kind of stuff. But, yeah, make you got scare sounds, people dressed up.
I went in there one Halloween. I was trying to get a beer out of the cooler. This was after you had either closed or run me out. And I was reaching back in there, and then he had somebody back in there with a skeleton hand on, reaching the other way. Like, what in the fuck?
Hey, watch your mouth. No,
Happy Halloween, he'd say.
He love that stuff. Yeah,
what's something in there gonna get you, Dudley?
Yeah.
I said, you son of a bitch.
They come up behind you and holler at you, too, scare you to death. Like,
yeah,
boo, whatever.
He does that all year round.
Well, yeah.
You walk in, you run in there like, oh, I need some, what's that stuff you put in your gas?
What?
To keep the gas running, to clean that gas up when you get that dirty gas. You know how you go in the convenience store like, shit, this car is knocking something fierce.
Yeah.
I'm going to go into Jockey's because he sells gas. I want to get me some of that stuff you put in that cleans that dirty gas up. You know, you do that. I was stopped in there to get me some of that stuff that cleans that dirty gas up. I was like, hey, Jockey, where you? And he was like, blah, blah.
Yeah. He get up behind you, go, ah! You just scream loud, just make you
Sometimes
jump.
he does a high pitch like a girl. Like a scary girl.
He can make all sorts of sounds. So trust me, I've heard it. I've heard it.
So, and he took some of them plastic jack-o'-lanterns and he glued feathers on them because he said that Easter's coming up.
Well, I think Halloween's meant for children, and if I'm going to go shopping, I don't want to see a bunch of adults dressed up like Mummy, Bram Stoker's Dracula, or whatever it is. That's not what I want to see. I got to look at it all night. It's daytime. Wait till damn sun goes down and dress up and get your candy.
Well, you better tell your boss Jockey that, because I'm sure he can't wait to hear your opinion on Halloween.
I can say it on here.
Lowly employee.
I'm going to say it on here. I ain't going to say it there. I can't jeopardize my business. It is his business. He's welcome to run it how he wants to. So.
Well, soon Twix eggs be out because it's almost Easter.
Oh, yeah.
So you try to steal me some of them.
I ain't going to steal nothing.
So that's as good as what is it?
As good as a chair and same as an ashtray.
That's basically just a junk store.
Right.
Between the stuff that's almost a chair and the stuff that's almost an ashtray.
The same as like what you call antique stores, whatever. You know, you fix it up. It's old stuff.
Yeah, but this is closer to junk. Like when he took them chairs to the dump,
some people
sold the boxes, he should have just took half of what he has there to the dump because it sounds like trash to me, especially these ashtrays. Why am I going to go buy a damn like Coke Zero plastic bottle when I got 4 in my truck?
Well, you don't have to. Nobody's telling you to. You shop where you want to. Some people's treasure or some people's trash is somebody else's treasure or something garbage is gold to some.
That's true. Something garbage is gold.
Yeah.
Larry Gatlin and the Gatlin brothers sung that before he started sucking Trump's dick.
Hey, watch your mouth. I'm not going to listen to that.
Hey, let me ask you this. Same as an ashtray, do they have, if I go in there to buy a plastic bottle with a wet paper towel in it, does he have any plastic bottles full of delicious soda?
No, you don't go there to drink things. You go to the store. Come by
so
Jockeys.
He's just selling trash.
Oh.
You said the other store.
Same as an ashtray. It's the same thing.
Which is trash. That's another word for trash.
And no, not necessarily.
Well, hey, where can I ash this? Any of that trash, it's the same as an ashtray.
Well.
It's a synonym for trash.
No.
Same as an ashtray.
No.
If it does not combust and it's trash, it goes in this store.
You open your own store and you figure out the rules to your store. You don't have one.
Well, here's my first rule. I don't sell trash.
Well, neither did Buck Perkins. He sells different things. Some of that stuff he works on and fixes up.
Yeah, in the chair side. And some of that, you keep saying that, but a lot of what he does is just turn it upside down.
Well, you can sit on it, can't you? Just you don't be mad at him because he figured out a simple way to do things. There's no reason for you to be mad. You just mad, you jealous because you didn't think of it. That's why. You trying to run him down because you think you didn't have an idea to open up a store like that. You ain't never had any idea to open up any kind of store.
I was going to do my coverless comic book store.
What was it?
Coverless comic books.
Well,
I think he was going to go in on me with that, and then he
the dumbest thing.
fell in with them people that stole my plan to do a heist on the church where I was working. Shit, do I still work there? I ain't accounted none of their money in a long time. So that's as good as a chair.
Same as an ashtray, too. Both of them. It's my sponsor, not yours. You don't say the names. Sit there and run something down, then turn around and say the name. As good as a chair, same as an ashtray. Bert Perkins, good friend of mine, a good man, good solid man. Who give him credit for thinking of things and putting things into action, not just sitting around dreaming.
Putting trash in the store.
Well,
folks, Jackie, people, I got a sponsor that I think you're really going to like.
Well, I don't know about that. Probably not.
Do you remember, Jackie, what a game changer New Spaghetti was?
Oh, shut up about that. I'm sick of that. I heard that all damn week, New Spaghetti.
If you've been listening, you know that my sponsors have been Heather Pirtle and her sister K-Jack, the geniuses who come up with New Spaghetti. Do you remember New Spaghetti, folks? All will be revealed.
It's going to reveal what you're going to call it the day after you call it new. First it's new, then it's old, then it's ultra, then it's this, then it's that.
Remember what a game changer New Spaghetti was, and then we had our mind blown. I got some copy here. And then we had our mind blown by a non-traditional take on old spaghetti. Do you remember that? After the scandal, when New Spaghetti had to go away. And then we remember when they broke the cab strike at the damn protest, and it blew up on social media, and everybody deleted their New Spaghetti app. And then we got horny for nostalgia for old New Spaghetti.
What are you talking about?
Remember when New Spaghetti was old and it come back in a new way? Well, forget everything you know about New Spaghetti, Jackie. Put it out of your mind.
I wish I could.
Because Heather Pirtle and her sister K-Jack have redefined a thing that really was never 100% defined in the first place. And where I come from, we call that hard to do.
Wow.
Crystal spaghetti.
Crystal spaghetti?
Huh?
What the hell is crystal spaghetti? Is that crystals?
All will be revealed.
Oh, hell.
Nope. Listen, they've already gotten some trouble. This ain't going down to Crystals, the restaurant here in the South that sells square hamburgers.
I like good crystals. Yeah, they're
to
good.
Get spaghetti there. So don't do that. There's already been a bunch of people since they put out this press release and released the app. People already driving down to Crystal.
Maybe they should put things in their name like old that makes everybody think it's old spaghetti factory or Crystal, which reminds people of damn Crystal.
Now, listen. I'm not going to lie. If I could go to Crystal's, the restaurant, drive-through, and get a little square sandwich that was full of spaghetti, I would go do that. That's not what this is. Crystal's. That's not what Crystal spaghetti
Nobody
is.
knows what it is because it ain't nothing. What the hell is it? You ain't told me what it's new or old about it or what's Crystal.
I think the name is evocative.
What?
And also, Crystal spaghetti is not spaghetti you get at Crystal's. Let's just be clear. And also, it is not the psychedelic, broad Italian stereotype supergroup that put out Mamma Mia, the star hole is of the earth hole to protest Vatican II. That is not this Crystal Spaghetti.
What?
That was a Crystal Spaghetti that had a top 60 hit and whose members included Chef Boyardee, Mama Celeste, Chico Marx, and Geppetto.
What?
But that is not this Crystal Spaghetti.
Chef Boyardee ain't never done nothing but cooked.
He had I bet you would think, well, Jerry Lewis's son ain't ever done nothing but sit around and pull his pud and live off his daddy's money, but it ain't true. He had a music career.
Chef Boyardee don't sing. If he did, it'd be opera or something like that.
He kind of just was around the edges of it.
He needs to stick what he's good at, making spaghetti, which I know what it kind of is. It just says Chef Boyardee, and then it says spaghetti. And I know what it is, meatball spaghetti or just spaghetti or whatever you want. But it ain't new or old or whatever. Sometimes I remember every now and then it have say on there new and improved. And that's debatable whether it was or not, but at least he was trying to do something and he understood what he's trying to do, just trying to make something taste a little bit better.
Well, let me give you some of your own advice back to you, Jackie. If you want to start your own spaghetti company and get Chef Boyardee to go in on it with you, all the power to you in the world.
Well, he's doing it all right on his own. He don't need any help from me.
Heather Purtle and K-Jack, look, a lot of people don't even get one. Like, Reggie Mantle had a candy bar, right? He had one candy bar, and it was a big hit. Heather Purtle and her sister K-Jack have done new spaghetti, old spaghetti, new spaghetti ultra, let's not forget, and crystal spaghetti.
I don't know what is any of it. Nobody knows. You said at one time it may not even be food, which then that don't make a damn bit of sense.
Nobody really knows what it is. You know what? Tomorrow is our last daily podcast for this week.
Thank God.
I'm going to call Heather or maybe K-Jack after this whirlwind week they've had. And I'm going to say, all will be revealed, how about tomorrow?
What?
Fill us in on the details. We know a lot about what new spaghetti ain't and what old spaghetti was and what old new spaghetti used to be. And ultra was a new take on new old spaghetti. And crystal spaghetti is, we know that you can't get it at Crystal's with a K, the drive-through squares. That sounds really good, though. If that's not what it is, I'm going to tell them maybe they should do something like that.
Well, they need to talk to Crystal. That'd be Crystal's decision to do something like that. They wouldn't have anything to do with it.
Like get some big bread and put some spaghetti on it and grill it up like a grilled cheese and then cut it into little, like, spaghetti sandwich sliders. That's a good idea. And if that's not what crystal spaghetti is, then somebody out there needs to do that and send it to me because it sounds delicious. Or take a picture of it.
So all I've gotten from K-Jack and her sister is just vague names, vague ideas that don't make any sense, and there's no details to it.
Right.
Did they work for the Trump administration?
All will be revealed.
Oh, hell.
Now's the time that we both have to go. Our podcast come out really great, we know. Our time is at an end, so until we meet again, we'll just have to say goodbye, friend. Saying bye-bye always brings us down. But our bags are packed and we have to leave town. A postcard to you we will send if a stamp to us you'll lend, so we can write and say goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Russia.
What's in me? What's in me? What's in me? Watching me.